We have generations who have benefited, and it all began from a phone call. I want to share with you an event that happened with me. I believe this was 1986 or 1987. I get a phone call from a colleague of mine, of a rabbi. This was, I believe, a Sunday morning. Calls me up and says, "Hey, I just got a call that there's going to be a circumcision event at a city nearby, which is about 40 minutes from here, a city called Vista." And he called me up and he said, "Would you like to join me? Would you like to come along with me just to keep me company?" And I had that defining moment where I could have said, I have other things to do. Or say, you know what? I have a chance to do kindness. I have a chance to do a chesed, a kindness with a fellow colleague. Why not help him out? I did not know that by me submitting myself to assist my colleague in just being a drive-along, just to be a companion without really any function, just to keep him company at this circumcision ceremony, would have had a life-changing experience for me, my family, our community, and thousands of people. Imagine that. One act of kindness had this tremendous ripple effect. And I will explain it as follows. When my colleague picked me up and drove me to the city Vista to attend the circumcision by a family called Ezekiel Moses, the only moyel, which is the one who performs the circumcision, is in Los Angeles. There were none in San Diego. It's about a 3-hour drive from Los Angeles. However, this particular moyel, this particular individual who was performing the ceremony, got caught up in traffic. So we are waiting about an hour and a half after the appointed time. During that hour and a half, I began mingling with the guests that were there. And during those meetings, I met with a couple, namely Mr. Ed and Kathy Altman, who has a 2-year-old son. They just moved to San Diego. And in conversation, they said they just moved to Rancho Bernardo, where we were living. And they were looking for a preschool. And I said, well, we are opening up our preschool this summer. Why don't you join us in our preschool? And Mrs. Kathy asked for the address. I gave her my phone number and the address. And after this event, we reconnected. And she met me on the property where we are going to open up a preschool. She arrives and she looks down and she sees an empty lot. And she says, "Rabbi, you said there's going to be a preschool here." I says, "Yes, there will be. Come September, the preschool will be open." She says, "But it's an empty lot." I says, "I know. We have modular buildings that are going to be delivered next week. And we will have our preschool." The modular buildings were delivered, preschool opened up, and the Altmans enrolled their son Jesse into our 2-year-old program. Mrs. Kathy wanted to learn more about her Judaism, and I began teaching her when one day she saw that I was very preoccupied in my class, she asked me what's going on, and I said that the children's playground is arriving today, and it's COD, and I don't have the funds for it. She asked me how much was it, and I said $10,000. After our Torah class, she left. She came back an hour later with a $10,000 check. This began a journey of a relationship with the Altmans in our community, where eventually our preschool tripled in size. We added a senior center program. Our congregation grew. Eventually, we built a 25,000 square foot building in 1996, dedicated to the Altman family, who gave the seed matching funds to be able to build this community center. Since 1996 till today, hundreds of children have been educated. Thousands of individuals have come through our doors and studied, prayed, been inspired, had all the spiritual and social needs taken care of. We have generations who have benefited from the time at our community center. And it all began from a phone call. Can you join me as a companion to ride along with me to a circumcision event? May God bless you. God loves you.